Now, to give us the latest on the ground, we have with us on the line Philippine Star reporter John Uson. He's reporting to us live from Cotabato City. John, good afternoon. What could you tell us?
Yes, good afternoon. Classes in 8 North Cotabato towns, 5, I should say. Tulunan, Makilala, Matalam, Carmen, President Rojas, Antipas, and Lang. And in the provincial capital, Kidapawan City, have all been suspended. Classes have been suspended in these areas immediately after that strong tremor at past 9 a.m. today. Damages to houses and structures were also reported in Tulunan and in Makilala. Tulunan and Makilala are adjoining neighboring towns in hinterland towns in North Cotabato, and it was there where the tremor was worst felt. And buildings along the highways were damaged, and one of the buildings that I saw on Facebook that got damaged was a branch, a building that houses a branch of the BDO, Banco de Oro. And a school in Tulunan, several buildings also collapsed due to the earthquake. Yes.
Right. John, could you tell us whether there are any aftershocks that have been felt after the initial tremor earlier this morning?
About in less than 2 hours, I felt a very strong aftershock. The tremor was felt also strongly in where I am now in Cotabato City at the border of Mindanao province in the Bangsamoro region and Cotabato City. I felt an aftershock after that past 9 a.m. tremor, about just as strong. And accordingly, aftershocks were also felt in Tulunan and Kidapawan, but we haven't heard yet from the regional personnel there of FIBOX.
Right, John, have the local government units mobilized at all? What's the situation like over there right now?
Except for this, except for Kidapawan City, Tulunan, and Makilala, life is back to normal after that strong earthquake. Stores in Cotabato City and in other parts of the region remained open, and flow of traffic and public conveyances have continued operating, and responders from the provincial government are now have been deployed, in the towns of Tulunan and Makilala.
All right, thanks for that update, John. That was John
You're
Unson
welcome.
reporting from Cotabato.
Let's get more updates on the effects of that earthquake. Joining us on the line is NDRRMC spokesperson Mark Timbal. Good afternoon, Mark. How are you? Busy day for you guys, I'm guessing. I guess first off, just in line with what I was reading, is there any plan to suspend classes, at least in sync, as people seem to be listening for news piecemeal, one by one per LGU?
Yeah, that's correct. Good afternoon. It's a very busy day for us here in NDRMC. We're on continuous monitoring of the situations on the ground. There are, as what we've received in the initial reports from Region 12, we have received 23 LGUs have already suspended classes for today. But we're waiting for an update whether this will go on until tomorrow in view of the inspection of the structures that have been affected in those areas that have been affected. We have a preliminary report as well of injuries in Kidapawan City as well as in Lang in North Cotabato, but we're still verifying these numbers as well as other injured parties in the different regions in Mindanao which were affected. So this would be Region 11, Region 12, and the Bangsamoro, some areas of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region.
All right.
Yes.
Mark, what are you planning to do today? I mean, what's in store for the NDRRMC? Of course, there are PDRRMCs also over there. I'm sure the ARMM has their own plan. Is there already a working group assigned, or how are you planning to do this? And, it is 12:43 p.m. What are you going to do for the rest of the day? For sure, it's going to be a busy one.
That's correct. Although We follow the Philippine Disaster Risk Reduction and Management System we're in. It's leveling. If the local governments would not be able to handle the brunt, if the effects of the recent earthquake would exceed the capability or the coping mechanism of the local governments, the local DRRM Council, the provincial and the regional DRRM councils are already in standby. Here in the national level, we're always on standby, ready to provide assistance once these local governments or the local disaster councils seek our assistance. So far, the local governments are still conducting the rescue operations as well as the support operations to provide relief to those who have evacuated from the different areas affected. But the assurance here is NDRMC is always in standby to provide assistance.
All right, thank you very much, NDRRMC spokesperson Mark Timbal, for joining us today and for your time.